Welcome back to Satisfactory. I guess we're gonna have to just take it and we're gonna have to make dark matter residue. We're just not making enough dark matter crystals to get this thing done in a reasonable amount of time. And we need a lot of dark matter crystals. So let's put this together. It really shouldn't take that long. Oh, let me get rid of that. You don't realize that noise is there until you realize it's there, and then you realize you want to have it go away as quickly as possible. So, we're going to take in one thing and then output. We only need 4 of these. You know, it might be easier just to build the blanks. That's not a blank. There we go. Good news is we're dealing with gas. So it's always easier when you're cooking with gas. Okay, easy enough. Basically, I want to build 4 of these, but since we're not using a full blueprint, we can kind of have a little more fun with it. Matter of fact, the fun I could have would be building these kind of like in the middle-ish. Yeah, let's just put 3 of these in. And since we have basically unlimited overclocking capability, we'll deal with the overclocking after the fact. Technically, we only need 1 of these, but I'm feeling like we should do 2. Dark matter residue recipe. This one is off, out of alignment with the rest of them. I guess I'll move this one. And then reconnect where there's space. And then we just need, I think a splitter is the way to go. Doesn't have to be perfectly aligned anywhere. We just need one splitter kind of near these outputs or inputs. And this is going to be our input line. Shouldn't be too hard just to sort of do all this manually. The question is, what exactly are we inputting? It doesn't matter. Just want to make sure. Reanimated Sam. Okay, I think we're okay. The straight mode did not like that at all. Oh boy. We'll get you. Maybe this one will be a little less dramatic. To the ground. 1, 2. It's so much easier to debug when you can actually see the stuff on the belt. That's why I typically leave little gaps like that. Really, one of these is enough. Reanimated Sam. The top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think? That starts at 2, 3. Somewhere in that area. It's the right height, just kind of a terrible angle. One, two, three, four, 5. You know what? I'm just gonna split this. That's way more than we actually need. Each one of these is only taking in 50, and one belt is actually 1,200, so yeah, I think it's okay. Though, why are we not seeing any... Oh, this is probably a smart splitter. I spend more time with the incorrect splitter than I should. Perfect. Now, I probably should have checked to make sure that we can actually fit the pipe in here. But we've made the decision now, so there's no going back. Beautiful. Do I just merge all of these as soon as possible? I think the answer is yes. We'll put it right on this line. And then we'll just run one pipe in between both of these. As soon as I remember where the things are. Half of the pipe stuff is in organization. The other half is in logistics. And I really like the chrome finish pipe. Just highlights the dark matter level of everything that's going on here. Just makes that pink gas pop. We're at 300. 450 would be a lot. Now let's just pop this straight down and hook it into the rest of our factory, and I think we'll be in a pretty good shape. Totally lost track of where the 4 holes were for some reason. All right, those are running. I mean, the simplest thing to do would be to just connect this like this and be done. Neither of those connections are great. Oh, that's too diagonal. That's much better. Now we've got a good chunk of dark matter gas. Oh, we've got too much. This is 300 right here. I've wondered about these junctions. Can I put 600 in this side, 600 on this side, and get out 600 on this side and 600 on this side? I don't totally trust this. Though we're claiming that there's 800 happening, so maybe I do trust it. 700-ish on that side and 500-ish on this side. And then it looks like it's coming out 400 and 400. Okay, so we're good. Now that increased gas should make its way over here to make some extra dark matter crystals. Of course, we're demanding 375 in that one machine. If we went all the way around the world, we could get this connected in a slightly more direct way. There you go. Little extra gas for our friends over there making dark matter crystals. And then we'll chrome up those pipes. I'm tempted to put valves on these things just to make sure they understand that, hey, if gas makes it here, we're not trying to pass it by. We want you to use it. So go in this way and don't come back out. What if I turn this off for a second? Oh, I guess I'd have to turn it way down for it to fill up. It also saved me a lot of power. Of course, now it's going to take until a full cycle before it's going to kick back into normal speed. So we won't do that for the rest of these. technically we're asking for a little too much for this belt. These last two are asking for 375 each. Each pipe can only handle 600, but technically there are 2 pipes happening now. So if we had enough gas, we could get it in here. We'll shut this one, we'll slow this one down. We'll let this one go full speed just in case there's any extra gas. We'll have somebody who's ready to consume it. There's 1,000 dark matter crystals over here. I'm guessing that's not the one that's connected to our warp drive. Wait a minute. Why are there 1,000 of them? What's going on? Ah, this one needs sheets. I mean, I could take a handful of these and directly deliver them to the right machines. 48 out of 200 to go. Each stack of these gets us 5. The dark matter crystal is definitely the linchpin of this whole thing. You would think it'd be the thermal rockets, but it only takes 1 thermal rocket to make 1 ballistic warp drive. So we're going to be okay on the thermal rockets. Getting more dark matter crystals is going to be the key. I think I'll just move these over here. There they go. I can't believe it takes 40 crystals to make 1 warp drive. This side of the equation is perfectly happy. We've got so much reanimated sand being made. And we're probably backed up Yeah, we're not even using all of it. Let's see what kind of flow we're looking at. 450. I might think it would make sense to go for the full 600 here. $250, 300, 400, 450, 600, 150, 350, 600. Technically, I can make that a 2, make this one a 2, get the same output for less power. For some reason, I'm suddenly become aware of my power usage. Let's check in on our rocket fuel hub here. The real key is, as long as we have a little bit of fuel stored on each side of this, we're probably fine. Of course, as soon as I say that, we see that there's no rocket fuel actually in this machine. What's going on here? Looks like we might not have enough rocket fuel making its way over here. I don't see how, though. I mean, we did make that slight change, which is always suspect. Yeah, these are right on the edge. There's not enough fuel making its way in right now. The only other thing I could think is maybe we need to do a direct option. Because technically this is only 600 max. We're trying to output 900. Let's see if I can squeeze in. Just another way for the fuel to flow. And then we'll just connect that to here. If nothing else, it should make this side a little stronger. Why the flow rate is so slow over here, I'll never know. But this part of it at least appears to have worked. There's no backing up. Most of it still goes this way. Unless I'm willing to totally sever this. Which I guess I am. because it still makes its way back into the main. So it's not like that third of it will be fully fueled while the rest of it's empty. So that's currently what's happening. Where is this guy? Okay. We're going to check on how much fuel this drone is bringing back. It is possible we're just running through it too fast. One too many overclocks. So if those two have 50 and this one has 0, it makes me think that the fuel is coming back. It's just getting pushed through the system. Still, 10,000's a lot. $900, that's a full boat. We'll take the backup fuel for the drones. We'll wait for you to make the drop. Then we'll replace the backup fuel for the drones. What did I do here? Output. Oh, then I split it. Then I dropped it. I'm tempted to connect this over here, but it really does make good sense to have backup fuel for the drones. So I should probably leave that alone. Let's get this little chunk of stuff in and out as quickly as we can. We'll have to put the upgrades inside the building here. Yeah, the fuel's just making its way around the circle here. That's bad news though, because that means we caught this before something absolutely terrible happened. And there is a maximum to this because, yeah, we could set this up to totally lock us down. We're getting back to near balance on power. So the worry would be if you have too many empties, this guy needs to be able to drop the full so we can pick up the empties. But it can't do that if there's too many full and no way to pick up the empties. So we have to make sure that we don't overload the system too much because I don't have a buffer. I don't really have a buffer for the empties. Yeah, the fuel's making its way around the circle. We're just didn't have enough fuel going, which is concerning for sure, but I think we've got it working. I think one last thing we should check, though we seem to be outputting good chunks of fuel, seem to be getting delivered. Yeah, there's plenty of fuel for people to use, so it's not like we're running out of fuel or anything like that. In fact, we've got tens of thousands of fuel ready to go. I don't know if I want to tweak this any further. Yeah, we're already sitting on more rocket fuel than we can use. I think I'm going to call it. I think we're making the necessary ballistic warp drives to finish up. Still not making enough dark matter crystals to keep a consistent flow. But we did more than double our output. So we're over halfway there. I mean, this side is definitely not using anywhere near as many crystals as the other side. That's 5, that's 10. It's 15, that's 20. Yeah, I think we're almost there. I'll do that side project that I promised to do way back when. And then we will probably come back here and be more or less done. We'll just switch these over here. And we're going to call it right there. Thanks for hanging out. I too appreciate it. We'll see you next time.